Hello, everyone. This is Kris Hapgood. Today, we are going to be talking about the three myths that I am going to bust. Okay, so let's get right into it. First, people, because, like I said, I've been part of the medical model, I've been a nurse for 32 years. But, and it just seems like the majority of our population is all about the medical model, the status quo, that kind of thing. And so when people like come to me and ask me, really, your body can really heal itself? Yes, it can. But then they go, well, it just takes too long to heal, my body to heal. Why? And I need immediate relief. Well, I want you to kind of think about this. When we're doing like a, a traditional treatment plan, what we're doing is we're mostly putting a band-aid on. We're just addressing the symptoms where maybe these symptoms, like we've had, chronic pain for years and years and years. Well, we're used to taking like over-the-counter medication or a prescription medication. And once we take that pill, within about 15 minutes, we already feel better, right? Well, what did that do? That did not resolve the issue that's causing the pain. Yes, it resolved the pain that you're feeling, but what it's really doing is it kind of like is interceding and it's kind of masking it. So you go, "Oh, I feel better. So now I'm going to keep working that shoulder. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to keep using that knee." Well, yes, you're having less pain, but what you're doing is you're putting more and more trauma like on that area that has the pain. The pain is literally a beacon. The pain that you're feeling is like a red flare going off. It's like, hello, hello, we got a problem here. We've got to take care of it. So we got to find what the root cause is and resolve that. So a lot of times when people go, yeah, I've had pain issues for the last 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Well, I'll just keep taking a pain medication. But it's like, okay, are you still experiencing the pain? Yes. Did it totally resolve it? No. What it did is it put a little band-aid on a huge arterial cut. So you might temporarily have some relief, but what you need is you need to be addressing the root causes. And your body knows what is going on inside, and it does have the ability to repair, restore, and heal itself. It's just going to take some time. Again, when your body heals itself, you're done. You're done. Okay. So you don't have to resolve that anymore. Um, Now we're talking about, you know, I've had people really, is this like really real, Kris? I can't believe this is really real. Only stuff that's real comes from the doctors. Okay. Something that I get from my doctor. I want you to think about this. The last 16 years that I was practicing in the hospital, I worked at a teaching hospital. And what those doctors, and so I've worked with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of residents. And, when we were talking about nutrition, especially in infants, because I specialized in breastfeeding, they all said, um, all throughout my college, I've only had like 1 hour of nutrition. That's it. And it's like, what? And they said, and I said, so you would think nutrition you would have like a whole semester on nutrition because that is the foundation of our health and wellness. But they didn't get that. What they got is maybe 1 hour lecture on nutrition. And then when we go, well, breastfeeding is so important. That is the foundation to an infant's nutrition. How are you going to keep an infant alive with superior nutrition? And then even when we were working with these moms and babies and residents, we go, yeah, we're teaching and we're having the mom and baby be successful with breastfeeding. Oh, that's going to be helping the baby out. Well, no, that's starting a huge foundation that is going to last that baby for the rest of its life. So it's very, very important. Doctors don't get that. Lately, since I've been learning more and more about the stem cells, I have talked to so many doctors that said, we didn't even know what a stem cell was. We still don't know what a stem cell was. We did not really study stem cells in medical school. So again, this is new technology that they are not aware of. So when we go, well, is this really real if it didn't come from the doctor? I want you to look at what are these doctors learning outside of their medical degree. You know, it's like, are they constantly researching themselves? Are they going to all kinds of seminars where they're learning a lot more of the new techniques? Are they really updated? Again, when I worked, at the teaching hospital, they would teach these residents when you have a patient come into you and they're presenting with this, and this symptom, then this is how you are to treat those symptoms by writing this type of prescription. So, kind of like Big Pharma says, oh, we have a pill for every ill. Well, okay, again, what you're currently doing isn't working. No. And we keep taking the pills. The other thing that I want to bring up at this time is here in the US, anyone over the age of 60 is on an average of 13 medications, 13 prescriptions. The first four prescriptions are for issues that they're addressing. So maybe the symptoms that they're addressing. What's the other nine for, Kris? The other nine are to address the side effects of those first four. So you think about the money that you are investing in prescriptions that you probably don't need if your body can heal itself, which is true. And then I want you to think about this. We go, oh, yes. Well, I just got to take all these supplements. It's all these supplements. I'm getting these supplements, like off of Amazon. I'm getting it over the counter. I'm doing all of the things, right? And I'm taking all of these prescriptions. And these people are showing me, boxes of supplements that they are taking every day. And they go, oh, they're so proud of that. Well, you need to kind of look at what is the quality of these supplements? Did you get these supplements off of Amazon? Did you get these supplements just off of the shelves? Did you get these supplements from a TV ad? You've got to look at, because we do know a lot of these supplements are coming from countries outside of the US. So the standards are not there on the product, on the ingredients that need to be in those supplements. So I'm giving you a yellow flashing light. Take caution. Take caution. Now, also, when like I was working with this one lady just last week, and she showed me all of her supplements, and she was very proud of it. But one of the supplements that she was taking was actually counterbalancing this other supplement that she was doing. And then we go, oh, and then she was like, oh, and then I know the label only says I only need to take like one of these a day. Oh, but I take three. Oh, I'm sure that vitamin it's just a vitamin, so it's not going to hurt anything. Hello, you can have I am talking serious health consequences when you're overdosing on what we think is natural. We can take serious health issues when we are overwhelming our body with too many supplements. So you really need to be looking at what you're taking and working with like a healthcare provider. Yes, I totally agree. We all need good quality supplements. Our diet does not have the nutrition in it that we need. Our soil is lacking in the minerals, right? And then we're harvesting food from all over the world. Well, how does our fruits, for instance, get the most nutritional value? They need to be ripened in the sun. Okay, well, we're getting those bananas and they're rock hard and green off of the banana tree because it's going to take them like a couple of weeks to get it into the grocery store shelf here in the US. And then it's like, oh, okay, we're going to ripen it a little bit by spraying a chemical on that will start ripening this fruit. Well, there you go. So you don't have the nutrition. You've also now got the toxins on that fruit that they're trying to ripen. And so we just don't have the nutrition in that. You think about this, it's like I'm going to be 65, here in a couple of weeks, and we never had processed food. My mom always had a garden, and we would have fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. We never had processed foods. Well, that wasn't an option. We didn't really have fast foods. So again, our nutrition was really intact. We had the vitamins and minerals that we were eating, but and our bodies thrived. But now, when we look at, like I was just listening to a commercial um, the other day, and they were talking about a very popular chicken place, and they were talking about, oh, in this chicken sandwich, oh, the chicken has. And they were talking about aluminum. They were talking about several toxins. They were talking about, there was even formaldehyde in it. And it's like, oh my goodness. And we're eating that. And we think that this is healthy. Oh, it's a chicken sandwich. That is so much healthier than, say, a hamburger across the street. Really look at this. Really look at this. I know that we're kind of in the lifestyle where we're looking for something fast and on the go, but sometimes, we need to have something fast on the go, but then you also need to be an educated consumer. So, yes, you are going to need some supplements, but because our nutrition isn't in the food that we're currently eating, that's one thing. So, look at good quality nutrients and supplements. And and that's kind of I want you to be putting comments here. I want you to be asking me questions. Again, you're going to have my contact information. Definitely be scheduling a consult with me so that we can be looking at everything. I want to leave you with this. How much time have you wasted just treating the symptoms, eating like you're doing, but I'm going to resolve that with taking a supplement? And have you asked your doctor lately? Do you know about these stem cells? Do you know about the nutrition that I need to be having as a 65-year-old woman? Do you know what I need? And they'll go, no, I mean, they're not updated. So what I'm trying to tell you, in other words, is you need to be an empowered consumer. You are a consumer of your health and wellness. And so you need to be making very informed decisions. Okay? Informed decisions. And yes, you can go out and you can do all kinds of research, on the internet, but then you got to make sure, is it a reliable source of you know, information that you're getting. So anyway, so please contact me and we're going to go from there. And again, look, I'm still unpatching with my X39. Feel totally amazing. Um, this is a game changer because this is reactivating my stem cells, my own stem cells, and my body is repairing and rebuilding itself and healing itself, and I feel absolutely amazing. And one of the things that I want to when I first started using the phototherapy X39 patch, I was like, I don't really have a lot of health issues like a lot of people. I feel pretty good. But what I have found out now that I'm approaching 65 is I feel even better than I did 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago. I feel so much better because my age is reversing because I'm activating my stem cells. So I'm like, yeah, I didn't have a lot of health issues like a lot of people might have. But what I'm doing is I'm optimizing. I'm optimizing my health. And in order to do that, I'm being a lot more proactive. I'm being proactive and not reactive. So, like, I just ran into a gentleman a couple of days ago, and he was like, "Oh, I've got this, this, and this." So this is all I've done is I've reacted, and I started on this medicine, I started on this treatment, I started on physical therapy. So he's being reactive. So to me, it's like I really don't want to do that because that's going to take again a lot more time, a lot more time. Again, time is a precious commodity. So we go, oh, but I'm doing all the right things that's in the status quo, but it's taking a lot longer in the long run. Let your body heal itself. And like I said, I'm being proactive with my health. I'm very proactive with my husband's health. We feel amazing. And reach out. You do not have to live life with regrets. And when you look at, well, maybe I do need to work with Kris. Maybe I would like to have a conversation with her. Please have a conversation with me. Let's save you some time. Let's save you some money. Let's get you feeling better. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. And, I'm going to leave with this. When someone is sick, is ill, they got a prognosis, a diagnosis, they really only have one wish. And that one wish is to feel better, is for their bodies to heal itself. If you're in great health, you have hundreds of wishes and you're fulfilling those wishes. You're living out your dream. But if when you're sick, you have one, and that is to feel better. So I'll leave you with that. And have a very blessed day. And everyone, go out and live life to the fullest today. Bye bye.